Peoples, back again on this Commodore. They just had the big brake vibration. Today he's back to have new rack ends, new rack boots, new outer tie rod ends, front radius rod bushes, which I do believe are all original. Let's just get down and show you. See, they're original. And to replace the original lower control arm to track rod bushes. This is what we're installing today. Inner and outer tie rods, rack boots and the suspension bushes. There's two different sizes of thread on the inner part of the tie rod, so I had to order, basically double up on the order, but that's alright, they can go on the shelf. Just to make sure I 100% got the right ones. Let's crack on. I'll only show you the one side. I won't bore you with the rinse and repeat, which is basically what the other side is. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take off the brake boot and slide it forward, and we're going to measure between the end of the rack end and the top, getting focus, of the tie rod end. After we've done that, we're going to disconnect that big mother of a bolt down there. Undo that big mother of a nut. Remove those 4 nuts that are holding it to the frame, and then remove the track rod. See, the original bush. I've got this out now. They crack and perish around there. They're fluid filled. What happens is when the fluid leaks out, they start moving backwards and forwards. Big cause for brake vibrations. This doesn't help either. Someone has done them at some stage in the past. I don't know why they've replaced the rear ones and not the front ones, but they've used crappy old no-urethane bushes. They go hard, brittle, they cause more trouble than worth. They're not even the solid rod ones, these are the comfort rod ones, which means they don't last 5 minutes. As you can see, these Super Pro ones are way better quality than the no-urethane. The cross tube is full width of the bush, and it goes all the way through, instead of this stupid, pathetic excuse for a cross tube that no-urethane sends you. Now, we're going to put these front bushes on. There's a lot of people who've got different ideas on how they go on, but I've been doing this for a long time. This car's standard ride height. With standard ride height, this one here has already had the whole modification on the other side, where they put a 3mm washer behind the bush. On this side they don't put it in there, so on both sides you put the entire shim pack on first. You then put on the big washer. You then put the rear half of that bush on. You then put the face on, face plate. You then put the front half of the bush on, and then you put the front washer on, in that order. Now, if it didn't have the face plate on the other side, like the extra shim, sorry, if you didn't have the extra whole modified shim on the other side, you'd have to put the 3mm shim, which is the middle size out of the 3, on in front of that. So basically pulling this wheel forward by 3mm. Okay? So let's get this all lubed up and put on. There we go, as if by magic. Not very light there. It's all back on. That's track rod, brand new bush. No more suspension swinging to and fro. Big bushes on, all torqued up. Remember, do not over tighten these. The studs are welded to the subframe and they're not very strong. You over tighten them, you'll snap them off, and although it can be done, it's a bloody nightmare to get them out and put new bolts in. Now to crack on with the rack ends, rack boots and outer tie rod ends. what I like to do is measure them between, like pull the rack boot forward and then measure them between the end of the rack end and the top here before actually taking them off. That way when you put them back on, they should be as close as possible as they can be to where they should be, and then you go for a quick wheel alignment and should be right. Okay, let's crack on. Let's get it off. Yeah, and where I measure from is the back edge of this rack end here. That's where it's solid against the rack itself. And the sun's on me. It's difficult for me to see now. And the end of the tie rod, like this side here. And this one's, when measured, should be 371.5 or thereabouts. I'll get down there. Yeah, 371.5 roughly to the edge of the tie rod end bolt. Now I'll put the new rack end in, tie rod end in, back boot, and I'll measure that up and make sure it's 371.5, and then I'll put the new rack boot on properly, and then we'll bolt this side up and go on the other side. So see you then. There we go, this side's done. New rack end, new rack boot, new tie rod end, measured up and set in place. Washers locked. I always like to put a bit of Loctite on the rack end before putting it in the rack, just to be 100% certain. It gets tightened up real tight, but yeah, better safe than sorry. Okay, we skipped over doing this side, but this side's done. New bushes in there. Okay. Oh, I forgot to say, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and see you later.